Is Will mad at you?
No.
That probably makes you feel worse. And my saying that just then probably makes you feel a lot worse than you did a couple seconds ago.
Do you have any human knowledge?
I've been told I do not. How much time do I have to formulate a comeback?
That was it. The first thing out of your mouth is the comeback. You wasted yours on a question about comebacks.
I gotta leave. You guys are condescending.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure I wasn't just the one who distinguished myself from rubes by saying I teach college.
Did Will say no when someone said we need you to apologize to Shelley Wexler? We badly need you to apologize.
I wasn't in the room, but I'm sure he said, hell no, and who the fuck is Shelley Wexler?
Well, now you know how much of a prick he is.
Yeah. No. Sloan was smug.
Hey, easy.
They finally got one for me, a Bloomberg terminal. This is a $24,000 system that gives me instantaneous access to all the financial information in the world.
Do you know what's going on outside your door? It's not on there.
Talk to me.
Talk to me too, sister.
Be less desperate for female friends.
I'm gonna own you out there.
Right here.
You've been yammering about your love life for 2 weeks,
Wow.
including last night
Also
at the
bizarrely
Correspondents'
loud.
Dinner. I'm a financial news reporter, and the Secretary of the Treasury turned around and said, when's he gonna shut up about Maggie? That was really embarrassing for me, and it came right after I accidentally set him on fire. You doing all right over there?
With him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you give me the signal, and I can just get in there and, you know,
What?
I don't know. You know, if you're living together, it makes it harder to break up.
Well, that's the idea.
You have to get cartons.
You've been no help at all.
I don't believe it either, and I also don't believe in Santa Claus, but if I saw 8 reindeer take flight, I'd put it on the
You haven't
news.
seen 8 reindeer. You've talked to someone who says he's seen 8 reindeer.
And we have someone who's tweeted about the reindeer, and a third witness who's interviewed victims of the reindeer, and a highly placed confidential source who's confirmed that in this place at that time, reindeer flew.
It couldn't matter less, but Santa Claus has 9 reindeer.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Mac, what can I do for you?
I'm having a tough time with Zane.
Aren't you always having a tough time with him?
Not because of me, I'm delightful. Here's the thing,
Can I see
Pakistan. It's blank piece of paper. I left the wire report in my office, and on the way here, I decided I wanted a prop.
You didn't think to just have someone print it out?
A lot of better ideas are coming to me as I'm standing here, but why don't we let the past be the past, okay?
It was 12 seconds ago.
Put you through to the control room. We gotta fix this.
What happened?
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I'm down here.
Good to meet you.
Wow. Can I tap your chest?
Sure.
Holy cow. Have you felt his pecs?
No, I haven't yet.
They've been lowballing the radiation levels.
I'd take their word for it. The Japanese have some experience with radiation.
You think that's something
That
I
is
should...
not something you should mention on the air.
You think you're a bad guy, and you're just not. I'm socially inept, but even I know that. Yes, yeah, I will still be working here, as will you, and I am mortified. We will both be working here, but we will never speak or make eye contact ever again, starting now.
I don't think that's realistic.
I just turned down $4 million a year so that I can try to do some good by reporting the news. Do I sound like someone who's living in the world of the realistic?
It's real.
Starting now.
How would you feel about me going on the internet and saying vicious things about you that might get an argument started about misogyny?
What kind of vicious things?
I don't know.
What would the general area be?
I really don't know. Something about the way you look.
Like what?
I'd be making it up.
What would you be making up?
It wouldn't be true.
I appreciate you not asking too many
What the hell happened?
questions.
You know, just jumping on top of that idea.
I'm sorry, Sloan. We're going to
Come
go
on.
to Jane Barrow in Washington for an update on some West Coast House races.
So,
Are you talking to me?
yeah.
And you know you're not speaking right now.
When you asked me why I was single, and I said it was because you hadn't asked me out, I thought it was my last day.
I know.
And honestly, it just sounded like a good line. I hardly ever land those.
I took it as a joke.
You did. I mean, it was. Good. All right. All right.
Pruitt was implementing his vision for the network, and Charlie had kind of thrown in the towel.
Throwing in the towel isn't right. That's not fair. He, given up.
That's what throwing in the towel means.
It doesn't matter.
You set me up with a crazy woman who can shoot me. Fatal attraction with a concealed carry permit. I'm tagging you back.
It's totally fair.
You're supposed to be the smartest person on the staff. You have 2 PhDs.
In economics. This is an area where I do not excel.
This person told me
Sloan?
that a senior member of ACN.
You're standing in front of a mirror, and 10 feet behind you is Sloan, who's monitoring the conversation.
You want me to join you? I am feeling so intensely something that I don't know what it is. I'm gonna feel bad until this is fixed.
It's gonna be fixed.
What if it never is? What if I go on and on like this? What if I keep talking rhetorical questions until you just can't take it anymore?
Can I go?
Can I suggest a way to turn lemons into lemonade? Sure. First, you squeeze the juice from the lemons, then add sugar and water, and you're not really into this joke, so I'm just going to say what I really wanted to say.
Well, that's where I jumped in. I said, if I can balance my checkbook, why can't the government balance its budget?
Mary, Mother of God, am I sick of that insane analogy? Balancing your checkbook is to balancing the budget as driving to the supermarket is to landing on the moon.
See,
Ah.
I got you a little upset.
He's not taking my calls.
6 a.m., he could be
If
sleeping.
it goes to voicemail after 2 rings, they saw your name and sent you to voicemail.
Really?
4 rings, they're not there. 2 rings, they don't want to talk to you.
All right, I have to retrace my entire life now, but...
I'm digesting what I just heard. I'm doing a fact check on the number of reindeers.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Comet, Blitzen, Cupid, Donner, Vixen, and somebody else.
Rudolph.
Thank you.
But how many was that?
Start again.
No.
Dasher. Look at my face.
I know.
Does it seem
It
like I
does
want to
not.
be sassed? But this one I'm going to solve because I have my Bloomberg terminal.
Tell me again what you get for $24,000 that I don't get for $1,500.
You wouldn't understand.
Really?
You know how there are tall women who don't mind dating shorter guys? I don't mind that you're dumb, and Don, I mean that.
Thank you.
And I like that someone's working on news stories.
Well, for what it's worth, I could really get behind a government that was in a cahoots conspiracy to shove your breasts in our face.
Oh. Re-edit my Wikipedia page.
I'm calling a guy named Munch. I'm not gonna make it out of this call alive.
Put on speaker.
You can't laugh.
How am I going to stop myself when all I've been doing is laughing for hours?
Hello?
Mr. Munch?
Somebody ratted us out?
Yes.
Nobody around here would drop a dime. You're blowing smoke. Who cheese?
Okay, Muggsy.
It would be silly to name an exact dollar amount.
You're paid $55,000 a year.
Well, that's private.
Sorry. That's almost twice the national average for a family of 4. Do your piles of cash protect you from this interview in which I'm intentionally stripping you of your dignity? And by the way, I've managed to do it without lying once. So I'm going to give you another chance to answer my question before I answer it myself. What's the value of an unsourced, unvetted story about a grown man drinking at a bar? I can't give you all the time in the world. It's entertainment. I made it to the rage phase. Hey, don't turn on your phones yet. We haven't touched the ground.
I turned mine on at 500 feet.
I turn mine on when I see someone else turn theirs on.
It messes with the navigation.
The runway is right in front of him. Do you use your car's navigation system to get from your driveway to your garage?
I don't have a driveway, a garage, or a car, but why don't we assume that the pilot knows? Hey, sir, can you take his phone away? He's endangering your life and the lives of the other passengers.
I'm not.
We're not dating.
Okay. But there's another part of the story that Don's going to tell you about that strongly suggests it was him and not me that precipitated the death of our very close friend and leader. Do you want to hear Don tell you that part of the story?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And while we're on the subject, ACN's star anchor is a Republican who spends an awful lot of airtime reporting stories about crazy Republicans being crazy.
In fairness, he did anchor a report about a Democratic president committing war crimes, and that wasn't even true. Elephant in the room. My concern isn't for the celebrities, even though as sure as we're sitting here, someone's gonna get hurt. My concern's for the rest of us, who you're turning into a wild pack of prideless punks. That's Newsnight for June 24th. I'm Sloan Sabbath, filling in for Will McAvoy. Terry Smith's up next with the Capitol Report.